Protesting Wits students will today launch an urgent court application to ensure that free, quality and decolonized education is realized this year. And this is part of their ongoing protest over financial exclusion of students. And last night, the students held a candlelight vigil at the spot where 35-year-old Mthokozisi Mtumba was fatally shot during student protest in Braamfontein. The presidency has also weighed in on the student protest. Deputy President David Mabuza has passed the presidency's heartfelt condolences to the family and friends of Mtumba and promised a thorough investigation into the case. So for more on that story, let's cross now to our reporter Hasina Gori, who's been in Braamfontein all week tracking these developments for us. Hasina, good morning. So please, again, has there been any development since we last spoke? And also, what's expected to happen today?
Good morning. Yes, what we can confirm right now is that 7 Wits students have been suspended overnight by the management of the university. What we do know is that a night vigil was held last night for Mthokozisi in Mtumba by various different political parties and student bodies. We also know that management was meant to meet with the Wits SRC to engage them further on the demands as well as plans to include more students into the registration process. But to get more on this and to clarify what exactly took place last night, I have the Wits SRC president with me. Good morning. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Let's start with how many students have been suspended and on what grounds?
About 7 students have been suspended. Some of them are in the SRC. And they've been suspended on the grounds of protest. But more than anything, I want to encourage students across the country to say when we protest, it's similar like to the times of slavery. When lynching is being done, when they lynch one student, it's not for the student that's being lynched. It's for the ones that are watching to say, look, if you protest, we can do this to you. So I want to implore them, to encourage them to continue resisting the fight. But more than anything, I want to call for unity across student formations across the country. Right? We've seen demagogues on Twitter and populists on Twitter who are saying students must not protest together on the basis of the party line. We want to call that out, right? And students are affected by the same causes. And if they are going to be differentiated or divided on the basis of a party badge, then the cause that they are fighting for would then be a cause that they are fighting for Mahal.
We know that SRC was meant to meet with Wits last night. Did that meeting take place?
No, the meeting didn't take place. The SRC felt that after the pronouncement Mr. Vilakazi made, there was a bit of ungenuineness to meeting in the first place. And second, the meeting was called for by the SRC to be in person, not on Teams. So Zeblon Vilakazi wanted us to meet on Microsoft Teams, and we would have said to him, no, look, we want to meet in person. Let's sit down in person. We want representation from every student formation on campus. We as the SRC will be there, and the workers should be represented in that meeting too.
So when will that meeting now take place? Do you have any idea?
The meeting is supposed to take place today in person.
We also know that the SRC is launching a court application today. Can you give me more information regarding that?
So the court application won't be launched today. We've just met up with the advocates. We're supposed to meet up with the advocates today, and because the conversation would have been had last night. And then we're supposed to meet up with the advocates today. The application would be launched going into next week.
What is the plans going forward today here at Wits?
The plans going forward in today at Wits is to first sit down with student leaders from across all formations and devise a way forward that will forge unity, first among leaders and second among students. And then from there on, we will decide on protest action, on how to go about it. There will be protest action. It's just the how to go about it today.
That's the SRC president of Wits University speaking to us here outside the university this morning, where it's quite calm. As you heard, at least 7 students, some from the SRC, have been suspended overnight. There will be protest action, but student calling for all student bodies to work together and for one common purpose. We also know that protest action took place at the University of Johannesburg, just a few kilometers away in Auckland Park yesterday. We do know that there's action is supposed to continue as well today. That's it for now. Back to you in studio.
Well, thank you so much, Hasina Gori, down the road here from our studios at Wits University. And of course, we'll keep you covered on that particular story.